Ma'am, in your opinion, do you feel like kids today, or even young adults today, um, have far more mental health issues than they did like back in your day or even in my day? Or is it more of a kind of looking for the easy way out kind of thing?
I blame the government. Back in the day, we could bust ass. We can't bust ass no more. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But some of it is the government's fault, because the minute you start telling kids you can call on your parents, you can call on your teachers, they can't be disciplined. They lack the ability to separate the difference between abuse and discipline. So now everything looks like abuse. So when we start allowing the kids to have the power, it has bled over into every aspect of life. You look at what's going on in the world today, whether it's mental health, whether it's with the violence, whether it's with the guns, whether it's with the, I'm going to do what I want to do. It started when the power was taken away from the adults or the parents that was actually raising kids. So now we've learned, and I bring it up to say this. So now for every issue, the best way to address it is, they have a mental health issue. First, it was every child has ADHD. Every child has ADD. Now, every child has autism. They are all on spectrums. But that's not true.
Yeah.
How about we address what the real issue is? Everybody does not have a mental health issue. But they're making it seem like there is not a person on the face of this earth that does not have a mental health issue. And that is not true. And it's sad. And that's when now it has become the international crutch for everything that goes wrong in society.
I think a lot of it is because there's pressure to give a diagnosis. And instead of taking the time that's needed, because one box doesn't fit everybody. Everybody's different.
And you're
this
right.
person may take, a month to diagnose, whereas this person, it could be challenging and it could take months to years to really get the root of what's going on with them. But I think a lot of times it's rushed because there's pressure from outside sources and families and stuff like that. And I think that impacts you guys and what you guys can do and be effective.
Well, if you drown out the background noise and you decide to be a good mental health provider, you will make sure that diagnosis is thorough, because one, it impacts that individual the rest of their life, and two, if I misdiagnose you, what's going to happen down the line? I can't say you're schizophrenia. Well, you just may be bipolar, because once I diagnose your schizophrenia, that creates a whole nother level of issues. So as a good mental health provider, you most definitely cannot diagnose a person in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's actually, you're right, it's supposed to take some months, especially if you want to get it right. And you want to make sure that, okay, one diagnosis may be feeding the other. But if it is, then that means that it's more than one diagnosis. I can't cookie cut your diagnosis. That's not going to work either, because I'm still going to miss something that needs to be treated.